a Pete Primeau fan.
Thank you for having me.
Your fans are like...
What an honor to be here, Pete. You're a legend. You're a rock star.
I'm a legend in my own mind, said my wife.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
I'm Mr. Selling from the Heart. What's this guy, Larry Levine, going to teach me about selling from the heart?
You are one of the most generous and authentic people around. And I think that's why you and your show are so attractive to people.
Welcome to the Pete Primeau Show, episode 273. Stop walking over dollars to pick up pennies. Couldn't have picked a better topic with a better guest. Anthony will be joining me right after the announcements. Just so you know, you are in for a treat, folks. Anthony is a rock star. He is in one of my masterminds, and he is our go-to guy. When we have serious business problems, everybody's looking over there. What's Anthony got to say? So you guys are really in for a treat, especially in light of the news that's going on. So let's pay the bills real quick and get to it. If you haven't bought my book, Sell a Million, what are you waiting for? Best compliment I ever got on this was from my dear friend, Doug Stewart. Take the word furniture, take the word mattress out of the book. It's a great business and marketing book. By the way, it sounds like a sales book. It's not a sales book, but I have a sales book for you. If you want a sales book, miles and miles of retail selling greatness. Couldn't be prouder on how this book turned out. Just so you know, I finished it and I asked myself a question. What has changed in the last few years? What do we need to add? What do we need to subtract? I enlisted the help of a few of my friends, 10 of them to be exact. Scott Vaughn, Jeff Giannakavo, Steve Carnes, Justin Trumbo, Mark Klingenberg, Brent Batterman, Mel Opp, Randy Thompson, the adjustable bed guru, Chris Tahaney, best writer I know, and Keith Cassinguy. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be prouder of how this book turned out. It's not my book. It's our book. It's our industry's book. It's 43 years of experience and a lot more. So if you are a store manager and you need to do a weekly sales meeting, you've got 3 years worth of sales meetings in this book. So grab it. I think it's like under $20 on Amazon. So grab it. If you have any questions, you need any help implementing anything in that book, call me, 419-560-3169. Absolutely free call. Just don't take up any more than a half an hour of my time, and I won't let you anyway. And you know, that's a standing joke with me because I have a few minutes, and before you know it, I'm on the phone with somebody for an hour. Anyway, guys, gals, be there and do that. If you don't belong to Mattress Industry Network Group, what are you waiting for? If you want to learn how to build, market, sell, and succeed in the mattress industry, join this group. Free Facebook group, 100% free. As in no money. Hit that QR code. If you want to learn how to build your business, how to market, how to sell, how to merchandise. If you feel like sometimes you're in this business all by yourself, you don't have to be. There's over 3,200 people in the Mattress Industry Network Group. They sponsor the show. I would like to thank Steve and Greg for sponsoring the show. And guys, there's a lot of brand new news right now. If you haven't heard, Somni Group has acquired Leggett and Platt. Supposedly, I have not read the fine print on the article, so it's just what I'm hearing. we will address that in this show, and we will address it later on today. So if you have a superstar who's getting really great results out there, and they're not willing to toot their own horn, write a little article about how this salesperson changed the life of a customer and how it went and what changed. This is a great book that Chris Tahaney is writing. Your mattress RSA stories need to be heard. This is an attempt to elevate the industry and show how we can help people, wake up happy and pain-free, have longer, more productive lives, be a better mother, father, husband, wife, whatever it is that they do, policeman, fireman, whatever they do in this world, sales, you will do it better if you get a good night's sleep. And all you have to do is send it in to Chris, and he will write it for you. Just write at least an outline, and he will finish writing it for you and send it back to you for your approval. Send it to Mattress RSA Stories, all one word, at gmail.com. If your story is chosen, you're going to need to send a picture too that goes along with the story, maybe a picture of that happy customer. But this is a great thing that Chris is doing for the industry, and I'm doing my part here, but it's important. It's important for our industry. And thank you, Chris, for all you do for the industry. And thank you for specifically doing this book about us generating great outcomes for happy customers who are waking up pain-free, who are living longer and having better lives because of our products and our sleep solutions. I think we have one more. If you're serious about the mattress business, and there's more than what you already have, and you can feel it, but you can't quite figure out how to get there, join Mattress Retailer Toolkit. It's a Facebook group. It's paid. In the group, if you hit the QR code that Chris is going to put up there in a little bit, you can join for under $100 a month. I belong to the group. You would be shocked at the guys and the gals who are like high profile in our industry who belong to this group. They don't want to miss an edge. And Mike Capuzzi and Jeff Giannakovo provide month after month of incredible value. This could easily be worth $4.99 a month and still be a great value. So at under $100 a month, it is too good for you to pass up on. So if you own a mattress store, or you're gonna own a mattress store in the near future, man, oh man, you've got to join this group. And if you're a furniture store and you're serious about the mattress industry, join this group. It is perfect for single store owners, multi-store owners, furniture retailers, industry influencers. If you want to know what's going on, staying up with everything that's going on, industry leaders, factory reps like I am, you should be in here. You should be on top of your game. And that's what Jeff and Mike help us do with Mattress Retailer Toolkit. And there's a lot of moving parts in our industry right now. And I can guarantee you that today in Mattress Retailer Toolkit, there will be something in there for you that's going to change your business life. So join and say hi to me when I'm in the group. Anything else, Chris? Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Pete. Thank you for the amazing intro. I do want to do a quick plug for you for that book, Miles and Miles of Retail Selling Greatness. This is an outstanding resource for any business. I'm not in the mattress industry. I'm in the poop scooping industry, but even with this resource, there are a lot of things that I can apply to my business. So thank you for having me on the show today. I'm really excited to talk some crap with you today.
Awesome. Well, we are going to talk about that. So there is, by the way, folks, this is live. Like if it's 12:10 Eastern Standard Time where you are, you're watching this live, and you can ask Anthony any question that you want within reason. and he will answer it. And if you want to ask me a question, I know this thing with Somni Group and Leggett and Platt is a hot topic now. As a matter of fact, Chris, can you put that graphic up there real quick? RJ William RJ JR is got a special win the weekend takeover. I will be there too. But I did not have time. I literally asked RJ to do this just like 5 minutes before the show. So, RJ, thank you for loving this business as much as I do. Join us at 2:00 today with that link. It's in Mattress Industry Network group. We're going to talk. We're going to have a talk like we normally do on Fridays. We're going to talk about this thing. I think it'll be good for you if you're a little bit nervous or wondering what's going to happen. There's a lot of different things that can happen, but what always stays true is you have a business that you need to run, and you need to run it for the benefit of your customers so that when they walk out of your store, they feel like they just met somebody who truly cares about them, because you do truly care about them, and you've changed the way they're going to live their life going forward because they walked out with a custom fit sleep system that's going to help them wake up happy and pain-free. It's even going to help them have a longer, happier life within reason. I mean, there's only so much you can do for some people, right? But join us at 2:00 today, and we will have a lot of people on that. And I think everybody's voice needs to be heard, and it's really good to huddle up and hear other people's perspectives and understand that, guess what? This is a factor. It's something that we need to consider, but focusing in on your customer. And that's what we're going to talk about a lot today. So, Anthony, I'm in the mastermind with you, and I'm watching you, and you're like really quiet, but like every time you talk, like everybody's like watching, and everything you say is so on point and nuanced. And I'm just wondering, how long have you been in business? Because I would say you've been in business like 150 years, but you look way too young for that. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your inspiration before we get into it, because we got a lot of good stuff for the guys and gals watching today.
So thank you for that intro, Peter. My name is Anthony Salazar. I'm the owner of Salazar Scoops, and I own a pooper scooper business in Utah. I started my business in December of 2020. Before I started my business, I was a manager for a cybersecurity company. I ran the day-to-day operations for the support team. And during COVID, I ended up losing half of my team to layoffs, and it was super scary. The world was the world was on fire because of COVID, and I decided that I would never let a company dictate my own destiny ever again. So I did what everyone else did during that time, and I went online and I started looking up side hustles. And I found this one lady in Michigan who had a 6-figure poop scooping business, and I'm like, what the crap? This can't be real. And I sat on that idea for a couple of months, and one day I just said, screw it, I'm just going to do it. And I started Salazar Scoops in December of 2020. And I just started picking up dog poop. And then July of 2021 is when I started documenting my journey online on YouTube. And I created this online brand called Poop Scoops for Noobs. And I started talking about just my experience being an entrepreneur, just talking about being a pooper scooper. And that started growing a lot of traction as well, because this was like a growing industry. You said something very interesting earlier during your intro, Pete, of how you're just trying to elevate the industry. And that's one reason why I started my YouTube channel as well, because I want to elevate the poop scooping industry as well. So I've been in business for about 5-6 years now. Right now, we're at close to 300 weekly customers that we service on a regular basis. I have 3 employees plus myself and my wife. And last year, we generated over $250,000 in revenue just picking up dog crap. So I'm super grateful for just the business that I have. I'm grateful for the people that I get to meet, like Pete in our mastermind and all the other scoopers around the country. So it's amazing what just a decision to jump into a brand new industry, whether it's like mattresses or poop scooping, like the type of people that you'll get to meet and just the relationships you'll make and all the people that you get to serve. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Thanks for that, Anthony. So something that I have been yelling at my audience about for years to no avail. Very few of my customers have a YouTube channel, understand how important it can be. You have, in addition to your business, you've used YouTube to grow your business and your celebrity, actually. And can you talk about YouTube, and especially YouTube for a small business, especially a business that feels like they're competing against some bigger Titanic type businesses that can't turn as quickly as a smaller business can, and what you perceive as an expert using this media, the advantages and the whys?
I would just say, in regards to small businesses or local small businesses, I mean, you want to focus on becoming a mini celebrity in your town. YouTube is a really great platform because it's the second largest search engine in the world behind Google, and Google owns YouTube. So they're just going to constantly push YouTube videos on search queries when people are typing, at least for my example, pooper scooper near me, for example. So my YouTube channel, it's focused a lot more on people jumping into the industry or current operators in the scooping space wanting to learn how to run their business more efficiently, or just the tips and tricks that I've learned just being a solo operator for the first 3-4 years of business. And this is my very first business. So I always like saying the only thing I know is I know nothing. So I rather document what's working well for me, because people genuinely connect with someone who's real. We live in a day and age with like AI where you can't trust anything on the internet. So I'm always showing the good, the bad, the ugly of being a pooper scooper, of being an entrepreneur. Being a business owner is very, very, it's a very lonely career. You're constantly stressed about what you can do. You're making decisions with half the information you need, and you just have to trust your gut. So I found a lot of success just being real and documenting what's working for me. So from a small business perspective, the more you can show yourself to your ideal audience, the more relationship building you're doing with your customer avatar without you actually having to sell something to them. And something that a byproduct of me like starting my YouTube channel, it's actually helped me build a lot of local relationships with other business owners in my city, because sure, we always want to talk about referral partnerships. I have a lot of referral partnerships with like landscapers or pest control or a dog groomer or dog trainer, stuff like businesses that my dog owner customers will most likely work with. But the moment I start talking about, hey, I also have a YouTube channel and this is my brand and this is how big my brand has become, this is what I'm doing to elevate my industry, for whatever reason, the business owner that I'm working with or I'm talking to for a referral partnership, they immediately think like, "Oh wow, you're some sort of bigwig. You're an expert in your field." So even if you have a super small YouTube channel for like your local store, for example, if you're showing, I don't know, products in your store, or if you're doing funny behind the scenes stuff, like literally anything to show who you are as a person, once you start having relationships or building relationships with other businesses in your city or in your state, for whatever reason, people just have a lot of respect for business owners who are willing to be vulnerable and like put everything out there.
Man, you've got a lot there for me to unpack, my friend. Um, Referral relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times have you heard that on the Pete Primeau show? You need to get out of your store. You need to find other stores and other industries in your local community that you can have a relationship with, and you can help each other get traffic in to each other's stores, whether that's with a coupon, a raffle, however you choose to do it. But putting your heads together, all small business owners have the same problems. What's our number one problem right now? Getting somebody into the store, right? And
Not to interrupt Pete, but something that I do with like my referral partners, we do something called a welcome to the family gift. So if you're a brand new dog owner, we give you this really nice goodie bag with a welcome to the family letter, a bunch of dog accessories like a collapsible doggy bowl, a poop bag dispenser, information guides that I've created with a certified pet nutrition coach. So we give them a bunch of goodie bags, but inside that goodie bag has all of the coupons from my referral partners. So I'm the only pooper scooper in my state that says when you work with Salazar Scoops, you're not only getting all of this really nice swag, but you're also literally getting $300, $400, $500 in value in coupons and bonuses from all these other businesses that I've built relationships with. And that creates an irresistible offer. Like, why would someone go work with another pooper scooper when they can work with me and they're literally going to save like $500 because of the business relationships that I've made?
so the proposal to the customer is you're getting $400 or $500 worth of coupons. And like, Anthony, how much money do you have tied up in the package that you're actually handing to them?
I sourced a lot of my stuff from the Welcome to the Family gift from like Alibaba. So I had to buy a bunch of stuff in bulk, but all in each of those packages, $7 to $10 each. And it's
Folks,
it's not that much to just wow a customer. Like
store owners.
store owners, I'm paying $5 to $10 to give my customer something memorable for their very first experience working with me, and all these other coupons and bonuses. And the thing is, you don't even need to, sure, you give them the coupons and bonuses once when they first sign up, but then you can have endless email or text campaigns that constantly remind your customers like, hey, by the way, because you're working with Salazar Scoops, or because you're working with Pete, you have access to all these additional resources. Maybe you didn't use it last year, but you still have this $250 coupon from an HVAC company to help you get a better filter for your AC unit, for example.
You are so good. It's so ridiculous because you just spiel this stuff off like it's like you're not saying anything, but you're saying so much. And so Nicholas Dover, my friend from Alabama. Hey, Nicholas, thanks for being here. How do you start showing up locally? Paid or question mark?
So, in March of this year, I started doing more of an organic strategy, posting more behind the scenes stuff, showing more um, in action pictures of either me or my wife scooping, or well, actually one of the best performing organic posts that I did was me and my wife. We went out to like a local burger shop, and I just took a picture of us eating food, and it's like a place called Crown Burger. And it was just a post about how grateful I am that I get to like scoop dog poop, but then I also get to be with like my most favorite person in the world while we're scooping together and we're taking like a quick lunch break. So it's these like little behind the scenes stuff that yeah, it's that picture right there. But it's those little behind the scenes stuff that like helps you build rapport with your customer base. And the thing that you want to do when it comes to organic posting, the more organic posts you do, you're feeding like the Facebook, if we're talking about Facebook specifically or Instagram, you're feeding that algorithm and you're going to find one post outperforms everything else. So for example, if I do like a normal post and it has 5 shares or 5 likes, and then I do another post that has like 30 likes, for whatever reason, that one post with 30 likes resonated really well with like my ideal customer, and that gives you an idea or a clue that that specific post should be one that you use on a paid strategy on Facebook or Instagram. So using that exact same post with the exact same captions and then just put a call to action at the end for whatever you're trying to push via Facebook or Instagram ads.
Nicholas Dover says, what about on YouTube?
On YouTube, I haven't really done much on the YouTube paid side for sponsor ads. I know organically, if you're posting stuff for your YouTube channel, if you're typing in keywords, so for example, I'm in Ogden, Utah. So if I type in the keywords Ogden, Utah pooper scooper, like in the title of the video, if someone is typing in on Google Ogden pooper scooper, that's going to show up when someone searches on Google, because what the difference between Facebook and Google, Facebook is a lot more disruptive uh, ad strategy. So imagine you're on your Facebook feed, there's your ideal avatar, they're scrolling constantly on their phone or on their computer. You have to interrupt their viewing experience for you to capture their attention with your ad. Compared to Google, that's more of a search-based query. It's a higher intent. Someone who's on Google, they're more like they're already looking for the solution to the problem. So if your content is answering the intent of that user, Google is more likely going to show your content to that user. And if you have content related to that on YouTube, Google is going to display your YouTube information. So I know there's a lot of people who use the YouTube Shorts platform. So like that's the vertical form content. That's really good to push your content out in front of as many eyeballs as possible. However, it's as many eyeballs as possible, so it's not really local. So if you're trying to push more organically on the YouTube side, you want to focus more on just the long form content and or live streams to have Google try to push that to your local audience. I hope that made sense.
You bet. Nicholas said, thank you.
Thank you.
Raven had a comment. I wanted to read that. Yes, love this approach. By the way, that's my daughter. Raven is my daughter. So thank you for being here, honey. And thank you for she is a great marketer and a great copywriter.
She learned from the best.
She didn't learn from the best, but she will tell you stories about driving around in my car and listening to Brian Tracy tapes, force fed her, my whole family, all my kids, Brian Tracy tapes, and Nito Cobain and Dan Kennedy, who our mastermind is modeled after. And by the way, just some inside baseball, guys and gals, you're watching. Me and Anthony were at a mastermind, and they always talk about Dan, and we're all like Dan Kennedy guys and gals, okay? But Dan Kennedy walked in. Like, I've been in this group for like 3 years. Dan Kennedy's never walked in, but he walked in like right before I went. It's like, it was, now I know how Moses felt. like the burning bush. I mean, it was
And
like,
it's amazing how Dan can just pontificate on a subject matter for 20, 30, 40 minutes, and it's literally like all golden nuggets. Like my pen was on fire because I couldn't write all the stuff that he was talking about. It was I was in shock when he walked in. I think everyone was in shock when they
I
saw
was in
it.
shock. Anthony, you were lucky, dude. You already went. I had to go after Kennedy showed up. I'm like, I'm dying a million deaths. I'm trying not to sweat. I'm sweating.
But
Oh, Lord have
he
mercy.
gave you some really good advice
He
though.
did. He did. You know, the most significant thing that he said, I mean, he gave me a lot of great stuff, and I keep making notes off of the recording and implementing stuff. But the thing that he said, and I knew this, but having him say it meant a lot. He said, Pete, you're in a great position. You're in a great industry. Furniture and mattress industry is very resilient industry. I mean, this is a guy that has been a top marketing guru, business consultant for what, 40, 50 years? I mean,
Mhm,
my Lord, to that was crazy. The air literally left the room. It was like,
mhm.
that's Dan Kennedy.
Everyone was you just felt the air in the room change. Like everyone's questions and their intentions became significantly sharper the moment he showed up. It's just if you're watching this and you listen to Pete for a while, like he's a great resource to learn from. But I learned so much more from Pete in like our mastermind meetings too, because like just for whatever reason, like just the concept of a mastermind being in a like in a collective room, all trying to digest and break down people's individual problems together, like you really do tap into like a higher collective consciousness, and you just think about things in a different way that you really you really can't if you're by yourself. So if you're not in a mastermind, if you're not in and I wouldn't even say networking group, because there's a lot of networking groups out there that try to call themselves masterminds, but like our mastermind is like an actual mastermind with like hot seats and stuff. So if you're in a networking group, that's fine, but I do suggest like try finding some sort of group with other business owners where you're actually trying to solve each other's problems instead of just passing referrals around, because your iron sharpens iron, and like joining that mastermind group has been like one of the best investments I've ever made.
And you know what's really great for me? I was lucky enough to be at the mastermind when your wife was there. So, you know, I almost said, and folks, that's not just another pretty face. She's very smart. And she is. And you know what? Here's the thing that I love about her. She adores you. And it is obvious. And to be successful in business, you have to have that kind of support. You really do. Um, and ladies and gentlemen, if you work in a business together, me and my wife work in a business together, and sometimes it can be tough. And guess what? You guys always need to support each other because business is tough. It's not easy. There are competitors. There are doubts that creep into everybody's minds. The same doubts crawl into everybody's minds, and we have to help each other. Here's a tip. Any of you guys are like watching, you're saying, okay, Pete, I've heard this for the 100th time. I need to join a mastermind. Let me give you a tip that like if I asked you to write me a check for $20,000, this would be worth it. But I'm going to give it to you for free. So here it is. Never, ever belong to a mastermind where the person running the mastermind has never been a paid member of a mastermind. And I'll add this, they should also be in another higher level mastermind, because if they're not, what are you getting from them? So That's a really helpful tip. I heard it years ago. It resonated with me, but I didn't know how true it was until I started to actually be in masterminds. And, it's not easy. I mean, you have to have the right people with the right personalities, the right knowledge base, and the right hearts, quite frankly.
And I'm learning like with our mastermind, like Pete, you're in mattresses, I'm in poop scooping. We have people from all sorts of industries. So if you're in a mastermind with for a dedicated industry, because I want to start a mastermind for pooper scoopers, I think there's going to be a lot of value in that. I think there's even more value joining a mastermind where everyone is from a completely different industry, because there's stuff that you can apply from a mattress store to a poop scooper to a Brazilian jiu-jitsu school. So the more different perspectives you have in your mastermind, it just helps elevate everyone to a completely different level. Because like
100%.
because like you said, like we're all business owners, but we're always struggling to find a new customer. We're always struggling to how to increase customer lifetime value, or minimize churn, or doing retention strategies or marketing strategies. Like Dan Kennedy always talks about this. Like what one of the most sacred sins that you can commit is believing that your business is different. And maybe your industry is different, but all businesses are almost identical to each other when it comes to like the pure mechanisms of running a business.
They are. That is so true. So listen, there's somebody watching this right now, Anthony, and they're going, you know, I just, I don't like the way my voice sounds on videos. I tried that YouTube thing and I didn't get any views, and I don't like the way I sound. I don't like the way I look. How do you help people get over themselves?
I was gonna say, like, you just have to get over it. Like at some point, like you have to decide like what's more important, how like your pride and your ego of someone, like they might say a negative comment to you, like on your social media or on your YouTube channel, or actually providing for your family. I get it's really funny, like as a pooper scooper, you get a lot of people who are very supportive of the type of work that I do, but then you also see a lot of trolls on social media saying, "Wow, you're picking up dog poop, or you need someone to pick up your dog poop. If you need a pooper super, you don't deserve a dog." Or they just say like the most horrible things. Like it's really crazy how angry a lot of people are on the internet. But the way I see it is like those people are like miserable in life. They're probably lashing out at you because life is scary for a lot of people, and a lot of people are suffering, so they just need to take it out on you, and for whatever reason they're going to just, excuse my French, but they're just going to shit on you because they just want to. But what I've done a lot when it comes to like public speaking, I actually, at least in the past, I actually will like watch myself. Like I'll go to the bathroom or like my bedroom, and like I'll practice out loud, like speaking to myself in the mirror. And it's really weird. Like if you're just starting to create content, we're so used to talking to ourselves like inside our minds that we actually never practice speaking out loud. We only speak out loud when we're speaking to someone else. But then once you're actually speaking by yourself, like in your office, it's it's really different. So I I've practiced in front of the mirror. Having a teleprompter is really helpful. Like if you're really uncomfortable talking, um, like off the cuff, having a teleprompter or putting bullet points on your phone right in front of you, so you can just quickly glance down about XYZ subject matter and then just ramble about that. That's helped a lot. Recording yourself when you're speaking, like get a voice recorder and then actually listen to what you're saying, because the first time you record something, it's going to be the worst. But then once you say the same things like over and over and over, after the 10th time, like repetition really does help you become better. Um, and then just like be be open and honest with, like, you mentioned earlier, having like a partner, like my beautiful wife. She helps me so much when it comes to just business in general and like content creation. But I've always asked her for her opinion, and you have to be like careful when you're asking other people's opinions, because the content that you make for your ideal avatar isn't necessarily the type of content that your wife or your spouse will resonate with. But just getting a second set of eyes on, like, how am I saying this? Could I have presented this in a better way? Did this make sense? What can I do differently? Like, these are all ways that I've tried to make my content more effective for my customer avatar.
That is great advice, Anthony. Thank you for sharing that. I've actually never done that, so it's too late for me now. But I did get over myself, and I hated it at the beginning, and I just, you know exactly what you said. Am I going to let my ego and my pride prevent me from helping another human being? If I have something that is going to help somebody, um, and the other thing is, what are you in business for? You're in business for two things: one, to help your customers, and two, to provide for your family.
Mhm.
That's what you're there for. Those are the two things that you're there for. And the one thing that I love about video is it shows you. You can't hide.
Mhm.
You're there. And either people like you or they don't. And guess what? You're going to survive no matter what. And as Anthony said, there are some people that are just unhappy with their lives, and they're just going to be mean and nasty, and that's that. But
And vice versa, like, you attract your tribe.
you do.
The people who hate you, I mean, they're just going to hate you. But the people who love you, they really are going to love you. Like, look at your intro, Pete. How many people were saying during your intro, like, you're so amazing, you're a legend, like, I can't believe I'm talking to you. Like, for whatever reason, there's a lot of reasons, but for whatever reason, Pete, like, people are really attracted to you magnetically, because I mean, you're very charismatic, you're super funny. Like, I always enjoy our conversations, but it's because I got to know you instead of a fake persona that you're making up.
So there's a lot to unpack right there, but there's no media that will ever show you the way you are more authentically than YouTube. And here's the thing, and Anthony said it very quickly, and he said it a couple of different times. I hope you've really clued in on this. YouTube is owned by Google. Google loves YouTube. When there's going to be a Google slap, you ain't getting slapped if you're on YouTube. You're everything that happens over time elevates YouTube because it's owned by Google. That's just like the basics, blocking and tackling and marketing. You got to be on YouTube, and you've got to be authentic, and you have to be there for your customer in a way that's different than your competition. So while it's great, you can spit out and do the, you know, 7 ways to get a better night's sleep. That's great. You can do that. But how about when you're building out a store from scratch and having, I don't know, I don't even know what you would call them, time lag,
Time lapses.
time lapse video that goes on over time, and then you speed it up and you show them all the work that went into making what they see now as this beautiful store, but what went into it. And maybe, you were shooting some videos and you have all this outtake footage. Never throw that away. The stupider, the better. The more funny. You fell on your butt and you rolled over, but you're okay. Anything that shows you being a human is powerful. It's
Mhm.
super powerful. And the things that you're too embarrassed to show today, save them there'll come a time when you can show them. And I'm going to tell you, I've had a lot of people on YouTube, store owners as well. Their bloopers get more views than their serious stuff. So it's just about connecting with people. It's not about writing Gone with the Wind on video. It's just connection.
And even if you don't sum up the courage to like post that blooper or to just post something that you recorded, I do still recommend just documenting and recording just your journey in general, because you'd be surprised how much your business changes over the course of an entire year. And if you're documenting the good and the bad, or the moments that made you really want to quit, and you look back on it, like you just find a deeper level of appreciation for your own perseverance. Like I used to journal a lot, and I went through like some dark moments in my life in like my journaling, and I'm reading it, and now I'm in a much better place in my life, and like I'll look at those darker moments in my life, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe, one, life is crazy. I can't believe that was happening to me. But two, wow, I'm actually still here. And if I can overcome this horrible thing that was happening to me, I can overcome anything. So document your stuff. And like if you have kids, or if you have like family members, like these are the types of things like your kids and your family, they're going to appreciate 10, 20, 30 years from now. Like I wish my parents had stuff that they documented. Like I always want to know more about like what my parents went through. So everything lives on the internet now. You don't have to put everything on the internet, but I do recommend documenting stuff, doing selfie videos, writing in a journal, like literally like anything and everything to document your journey as an entrepreneur. Like it's going to help you in the future.
What are some specific things that somebody new to YouTube, a store owner specifically, mattress store owner, furniture store owner, could do to kind of get a few videos out there pretty quickly, and maybe something that's a little bit different that they wouldn't think of off the top of their heads?
You'd be surprised. You don't really need that much equipment. Like our phones nowadays are so powerful that you really just need a phone to start recording anything. The biggest thing when it comes to like YouTube or any social media, you can have really bad video quality, but if your audio is really bad, then people are just going to like click away. So if you can get yourself like a really nice lapel mic or a Bluetooth microphone that connects to your phone, that'll help a lot. And then there are like phone tripods, like you were talking about a time-lapse video. So you can get yourself like a phone tripod and then put it in the corner of a store. Like I'm imagining like the store is completely empty, and then you put a tripod with like your phone right in the corner, and then you just set the entire display room together. Like I feel like that would be a really engaging video to watch, and it just shows like the behind the scenes of just you putting the store together. So a lapel mic and a tripod are really the only things in my opinion, you need. And then obviously having like really good lighting, because that'll help with like the video quality, but mostly the audio quality is what people really pay attention to. And then stuff that people aren't really thinking about. So like the longer you're creating content and you're building a relationship with your audience, the more just weird outside things like that are just happening in your day-to-day life becomes like part of your story in your content creation. So for example, if for me, I bought a truck for my business like a year and a half ago. I did a very poor job documenting my truck on my YouTube channel because like I'm too busy running my business. But hindsight 2020, if I started documenting more about the process of me buying the truck and showcasing that truck in my content, and then talking to my audience, hey, what should I name this truck? And you're actually involving the audience in that process. You're building more of that community aspect of them like influencing like your day to day. And then every time they see the truck in your videos, you're going to start seeing comments of people like, oh, here's that one truck the community named. So like there's a lot of things that you can do from that perspective. Like especially if like you're building a brand new store, if you have a mascot, for example, like, hey, what should we name the mascot? And then having your community actually come together and name it for you. That'll be a really, really great way to build community, and it'll be something different.
I love that. Naming a mascot, that naming a truck. Anytime you get your audience involved, it's good. It's really good because every comment helps get more views, and the more dialogue back and forth there is, the better. So, guys and gals, you get a new mattress in, you can do a little mini unboxing of the mattress, showing it, from coming off of the truck to set up on the showroom floor with somebody laying on it, and ask them to come in the next, I don't know, 24, 48, 72 hours and give their opinion on it.
Those unboxing videos, they perform very, very well on YouTube, even for people who don't even want to buy a mattress. Obviously, you want to create content to make sales. But for whatever reason, people really find like unboxing videos like very therapeutic, like something in a really nice box and then cutting the tape open and pulling everything out and like displaying everything. Like I think there's a there, Pete. If you do like some sort of really not fancy, but just a genuine unboxing video of a specific mattress, like I think that would perform very well like locally.
Yeah, I think so too. I just got the funniest text. This guy really is an expert. Yeah, I know. That's why I've got him on the show because he really is an expert. So
I just talk about dog poop on the
internet.
internet.
More about YouTube. Like, I'm going to embarrass him, but I'm just going to say it because it's true. When our group wants to know about YouTube, Anthony's our go-to guy, so much so that Ron Sheets, who runs our mastermind, had Anthony speak to the whole group about YouTube because he's so good at it. And we are still live, guys. So if there's a question, Chris, you're like a mind reader. Jump in here. So I cannot believe this, Anthony. I've got like 10 more questions I want to ask you, but we're coming to the end. 8 minutes to go.
We got a fellow pooper scooper in the comments. John Noonan. Great tips, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you, John. John Noonan for Breeding Scoopers.
Together, you pooper scoopers. Was there a question that I should have asked you that I didn't, that you think would be beneficial for our audience?
I mean, shameless plug from like the Dan Kennedy space, but I think everyone can become a mini celebrity if they figure out how they can create some type of book. So like I showcased Pete's book, but I wrote a book. I wrote a book for property managers called What Every Property Manager Needs to Know About Effective Pet Waste Management. And it's a lead magnet that I use that I can hand out at conferences, that I can hand out at trade shows, but it goes through a pet waste management program that a property manager can implement. So even if they never hire me, they can use the tips in this book to deal with the dog poop problems on their property. And this is just for one customer avatar. So I fundamentally believe in, like, I guess this is just the Dan Kennedyism in me, but everyone's a subject matter expert in something. So you can figure out a way to write a book about anything and then use that in your marketing, use that in your welcome to the family gift. A book is a really great way to build out your referral chain, because if If you're asking someone to refer you, it's significantly easier for them to hand out a book and say, hey, my pooper sweeper Anthony has this book, you should check this out, versus, hey, you should hire my pooper sweeper Anthony. So that's what I would that's what I would implore everyone to do.
There's a lot of power in a book. How many copies you sell does not matter. It doesn't matter if you ever sell a single copy. The authority that it can give you, the credibility that it can give you in your marketplace is priceless. So some ideas for you, store owners, on this. If a customer is just coming into the market, how to shop for a mattress, right? Now, I'm just spitballing. Could you come up with a better title than that? Yeah. 7 questions every customer should ask before they buy a mattress. I don't know. We could sit here and we could go on and on for about 2 hours with potential titles, but there are books that could be written by mattress store owners that would make you a local celebrity. And guys, I'm going to give you a shortcut. You want a shortcut? Do you guys like shortcuts? Here's a shortcut. Join MRT. Those guides are already written for you. They'll put your name on it. It's done for you. Whether it's about how to shop for a mattress, or whether they need to know more about adjustable beds, latex, all kinds of different guides. They're already pre-written for you in the Mattress Retailer Toolkit. So, guys, it doesn't get any easier. By the way, Anthony, that is a great, great, great tip. So, somebody who's shy, who's been watching this, Anthony, and they're wondering, I dig that dude, man. I like him. I want to talk to that guy. How do they get a hold of you, Anthony?
You can get a hold of me through my website, poopscoopsfornoobs.com, or my YouTube channel at poopscoopsfornoobs. I think it's Facebook and Instagram as well, Poop Scoops for Noobs. Like, you can send me a message or send me an email through there. I'm super open. I love talking to people. I've gotten messages from across the country and across the world at this point on Pooper Scooper starting their business. I talked to the one Pooper Scooper in Australia, which is completely crazy. So just the fact that I started making content and I'm able to influence people around the world on just poop scooping, like, that should give you inspiration to like create content for your local business, because you really never know who you can affect and impact just because you decided to press record on your camera.
Before we say goodbye, something very interesting has happened to you that you didn't plan on happening, and it was a byproduct of your YouTube channel. You want to talk about your budding speaking career?
My speaking career. so because I started creating content on YouTube, one of the softwares that I use, like my CRM, they became a sponsor for my YouTube channel. So then I started creating content specifically for that software, and they would pay me for it. And then after a while, this software company, they actually host a annual conference for home service businesses. And last year, they actually had me as a guest speaker on a panel of like 3 other businesses, and we talked about local marketing strategies for businesses. So I got to present at a conference in front of, it was all virtual, but in front of thousands and thousands of home service businesses, just talking about local marketing strategies. And I was able to talk about Dan Kennedy and the marketing triangle, message to market match, and all that stuff. But just the fact that I decided, yeah, right there, the marketing triangle, man, your producer's so good. He's really fast.
He's good.
He's really good. But just the fact that I decided to make content. And then 3-4 years later, I'm able to be showcased in front of thousands of people just talking about what I know. That's that's just crazy to me. So I'm very excited for like more and more opportunities that keep being presented my way. Like you really don't know who's watching your content and who's going to be impressed by the types of stuff that you make. So if you haven't started recording anything, like you can become a mini celebrity in your local city, even if you only have 100 or 200 people that know you. You don't know the types of relationships that will create for you.
That is so true. You never know who's connected to who, and small, highly engaged audiences can produce phenomenal results. So, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. Anthony, thank you for being here, and thank you for your questions. Um, Everybody that wants to continue the conversation on Zoom at 2 p.m. today, go to Mattress Industry Network group and find RJ's post. We're going to have a Zoom call. The link is in there. We're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll certainly be talking about Somni Group buys Leggett and Platt, and there's various opinions on this. But anything you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about in 1 hour. And Anthony, thank you so, so much. Everybody go forth, have fun, and sell a million. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you for being here, brother.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you for having me.